The last 2 weeks have been nothing short of a political earthquake, with Donald Trump making a dramatic return to the White House. Global power shifts are happening fast, and now Trump has set his sights on Panama, demanding to roll back China's influence over the Panama Canal or face the consequences. Trump argues that China's growing presence in the canal violates past agreements, and he's not mincing words about what happens next. Military action? Not off the table. His now Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, doubled down, calling the situation unacceptable in a heated exchange with Panama's president, Jose Raul Mulino. Caught in the middle, Mulino is trying to walk a fine line. He's promised to review the country's deals with China, but made it clear that Panama won't be rushed around. Meanwhile, Beijing is completely blindsided. Even Xi Jinping will be baffled by Trump's latest masterstroke as China scrambles to figure out its next move. Panama's president, Raul Mulino, made it clear that he may not sign the BRI agreement in near future. He stated that Panama's sovereignty over the canal is not up for debate. After meeting with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Mulino reassured that while he acknowledged US concerns over China's presence, the canal remains under Panama's control no matter what happens. However, there's a twist. Panama won't be renewing its 2017 Belt and Road deal with China, signaling an early exit from Xi Jinping's grand development plan. Instead, Molino is looking to boost US investments, especially in infrastructure, calling Rubio's visit a step towards a stronger Panama US ties. The US State Department has warned that if China's influence grows around the canal, Washington might have to take necessary measures under a decades old treaty. That treaty, signed in 77, handed the canal back to Panama, but gave the US the right to intervene militarily if its neutrality is compromised. If Molino isn't convinced by Panama's statement, it may actually send in troops. But Trump's repeated talks of taking back the canal has already rattled diplomatic circles. With tensions rising and China caught in the middle, the canal is once again becoming a global flashpoint, one that could reshape US-Panama relations in ways nobody expected. Panama has also launched an audit into Panama Ports Company, a firm linked to China that operates two terminals near the canal. President Raul Mulino confirmed the review, saying authorities will wait for the results before deciding on legal actions. The company, a subsidiary of Hong Kong based CK Hutchinson Holdings, is one of the largest port operators in the world, managing 53 ports across 24 countries, including key US allies like the UK, Australia, and Canada. However, Hutchinson does not control access over the Panama Canal. Its workers handle container loading, fuel supply, and logistics, just like competing firms in the region. With Trump ramping up pressure to curb Chinese influence, this audit could reaffirm Washington while maintaining its own sovereignty and devastate China's influence. There's no hidden fact that China has a big expansionist agenda. China has significantly expanded its influence in Panama and across the Americas through strategic investments and diplomatic initiatives. In Panama, Chinese firms have invested heavily in port operations near the Panama Canal, like the ports of Balboa and Port of Cristobal, a critical global trade hub in the Americas. This has raised concerns in Washington about potential impacts on the canal's neutrality. Regionally, China's Belt and Road Initiative has led to substantial infrastructure projects, strengthening economic ties with various Latin American countries. While these investments boost local economies, they also prompt debates over sovereignty and geopolitical alignment, as nations balance economic benefits against growing Chinese influence. Trump's military warning has sparked panic in Panama, where leaders are now scrambling to balance sovereignty with economic interests. Panama thrives on its strategic position and revenue collected from the canal, and direct US control could mean a major financial and geopolitical shift. Losing autonomy over the canal would not only cut into Panama's profits, but also shake its standing as a global trade hub. With China also in the mix, the stakes are high, and Panama believes ditching China is better than taking the bull named Trump by its horns.